elders, women, young people said, Salma, please come and stand, because we believe in your vision and we believe that you stand for us. So I have come, and I know what I'm up against, because as my dear husband said, I've been doing this for 15 years. I don't still see myself as a politician. I'm a mother first. I want to see a better world for my children. My children don't know what it was like now before 9/11. They don't know what it was like to grow up in a world where Muslims were not demonized every single day. That's all they know now. And I don't want that kind of world for my children or anybody else's children. And I really want to emphasize before I carry on that theme, that I am not just standing here as a Muslim for Muslims. I'm standing here as a person for all humanity. My scarf, yes, it's part of my identity, but that doesn't make me a better voice for you. And I don't want to hear anybody say that Naz Shah is not a good voice because she doesn't wear a scarf. Jeremy Corbyn doesn't wear a scarf. Theresa May doesn't wear a scarf. Okay, let's keep that out of this political issue. But what I will say about the scarf, because of the climate we have that I didn't choose, that the image of Muslims is so down, is so attacked. Every 6 months we have a so-called debate about the problem of Muslim women and scarves. They're so scared of the scarf, a piece of cloth, that they ban it in France. That UKIP here are talking about banning the niqab, and obviously next it will be the hijab. But really it's a code. It's a code for Muslims. Because they are saying that we are the other. We are the problem. We are the terrorists. We are the extremists. We know that agenda. So yes, having the first Muslim woman in the UK who happens to wear a hijab, being in Parliament, would be an extremely powerful symbol. And not just for this country, but for Europe and for America, because this wind that we are under goes from Trump to the Netherlands to France, and we're seeing the rise of the Nazis in Germany, and in England we are having to hold the line. Brexit and the rise of the UKIP are an indication of where things are going, and so we have to take a stand. But we take a stand on the basis of humanity, not religion. But I am not going to apologise for my religion either. And I will speak about last night, because this issue of religion and how it has been used in politics in the wrong way, last night was a very serious example of that. On the one hand, I'm proud, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, I'm proud that we have two women who happen to be Muslim, who both happen to be born in Bradford, and you have a choice. I'm proud of that. And I respect Naz Shah as a woman who is in the public field. But what I'm not proud of, and actually what makes me quite angry, is when people use politics to put other people who are not as powerful as themselves down and attack their own community. And that's what happened last night. That's politics, but that's a low and dirty kind of politics. And I stand for the moral high ground and a higher level of politics. And that's why I'm not afraid to call it out. Naz Shah accepted that invitation. The Muslim Women's Council said it was an audience of myself and Naz to talk to men and women about our political journeys. It was not a hustings. It was not a hustings. And this is an organisation which has a proud record. I'm not part of them, but I know of them, and that's why I said I accepted their invitation. They have a proud record of bringing communities together. Every week they have food bank where they feed people, actually mainly white men, who happen to have mental health issues and drug issues, the kind of people other people don't even want to be seen with. And they are there because it's about human beings. And for me to hear a so-called representative accept an invitation, come to the stage, and then attack the host organisation in the disgusting manner she did by accusing a hard-working local Muslim organisation of being anti-men and anti-Christian is absolutely unacceptable. I did not want to make this personal, but she has made this political fight a very, very dangerous one. She is playing with the stereotypes that she knows people have who may not understand the community. Yesterday was a fantastic meeting. So many people wanted to hear two Muslim women. I will not hear that the Bradford men are all misogynistic. They came to respect the potential candidates. They came to listen and they came to engage. And no white man was being suppressed that they needed rescuing by Naz Shah. What principle was that? That a conservative candidate was so vulnerable, was so oppressed, that after she walked out the room, he took her seat. So Naz Shah should be standing up for those who don't have a voice. For those who actually she should be representing the vulnerable people. But she did that as a stunt. She briefed the media beforehand. If she didn't want to come to the meeting, she could have politely declined and said, thank you very much, but I cannot participate because these are my principles and this is my conscience. Because that's what she said, didn't she? This is my conscience and this is my principles.
She walked out with two men.
And she walked out with 2 men. She brought lots of men with her. It was basically for men and women. Oh, who was that? Oh, I just had it confirmed that George Grant has actually admitted, literally breaking news, that Naz Shah called him beforehand to try to convince him to walk out with her. She was setting up a local women's organisation for her own publicity. That is not representing. That is putting people down and that is exploiting your community instead of making them strong. That is bullying. I'm going to call it out. That is using, exploiting and bullying. And that's exactly what I have come to stand against. It would be the easiest thing for me to say, oh yeah, that was alright. I'm going to condemn that organisation. The organisation know that I did gently advise them, invite everybody. But actually it's their right to invite who they want. There are many, many meetings going on. Naz Shah is insisting that I'll be there on every meeting. What about me? She can defend George Grant when she was meeting certain politicians like Barrister Sultan Mahmood. She didn't say, Uncle Ji, Salma ko bhi bulaya. George Grant ko bhi bulaya hai. So it's nonsense. But joking aside, the image of Bradford though now is that white Christians are being divided. That we, the Bradford people, are somehow sidelining them, and that is a disgusting lie and slander. And we have to stand up together, because that's how they do it. They make an organisation feel isolated. They make other people feel they can't be seen to be with them. I'm taking a political risk simply by talking about it. Because that's the climate that's being created. To make yourself look like a victim when you abuse your position and bully and intimidate and isolate and demonize a community which already is feeling hurt and demonized and under attack and without a voice. We need a voice, and I promise to be your voice. And we have to do this very difficult task, because I am not naive about the challenge. I know the game that she's playing and the forces that she's aligning. We cannot be naive about that, but we must rise above it. Because my politics, my approach is still one of hope. I believe in people. We've got good people here. They're not Muslim. Can you please stand up? Sorry to embarrass you, but I would appreciate it. Because Bradford, it is diverse. I go in and out the shops, everyone's getting on. I was at ACW Garden Centre, the owner there welcomed me and he's actually endorsed me and he's on my leaflet. And he said he loves the fact that his customers are from all backgrounds. We don't need a representative causing division and saying that there are problems which actually don't exist. She is creating the problem, so we don't need that kind of representative. We need to stay focused. They are running a dirty campaign because they're worried. They're worried. Otherwise, why would you have to be so desperate? But we must not go low. We have a powerful vision. One for justice, one for equality, for people here as well as further. And you people have shown, and you should be proud of this, and you have already a proud record, that if people don't deliver, you kick them out. Yeah? You put them there, but you don't kick them out. And that's democracy. We have 3 weeks to break the chains. Because we have a party system where somebody can get selected. She didn't say, what about the other women who didn't get a chance? She got imposed with the help of people like Khalid Mahmood MP and Keith Raz. She didn't say, what about the local people who wanted to select somebody else? She was happy to be imposed. She was given an opportunity. I'm getting more messages. Yet, instead of building on the positives, instead of being a voice for those who have been voiceless, she has time and time again. Last night was just one example. I have been told of so many examples, and for me again, it's not personal, it's political. It's political power, political choices, the agendas you support, the agendas you oppose. It's the easiest thing in the world to reinforce stereotypes. You've got the Daily Mail with you. You've got the Tory party with you. And yes, there is an alliance. I think it's obvious behind the scenes. It's not a coincidence that a certain person was selected in the Tory party and certain other people weren't because they wanted to help Naz Shah win. They do all of these things. So how dare they accuse a community of playing dirty when the community was open? The community wants to engage. And it's politics like this that put people off. It's politics like this which make people feel frustrated and hopeless. And I've come to say that I'm not going to allow that to happen. Not on my life. I will throw it out. And I am calling on Naz Shah to issue a public apology to Muslim Women's Council and to the Bradford West constituents who had come to hear and engage with her, and who she showed utter contempt and disrespect by walking out of her. We can't allow these kinds of stunts and not say what the truth is. Yes, there's a story out there, and the story is a lie. but I will speak the truth. That's what this is about. So my brothers and sisters, whether we're Muslim, non-Muslim, this is about power, it's politics. Do you want a stronger voice, or do you want the same old? You have a choice. I'm not going to be with you when you go to vote. I have come and offered my voice to you. And I'll be honest, it was a difficult decision. It was, because I know the challenges, and I did not welcome that. But I see the climate of fear in this city. This city where we have feisty young women, where we have our elders on Facebook, where we have our young men out discussing who's doing what and knowing what I'm doing before I do. Such a switched on place, yet still living in fear and suffocation, because the leadership is about playing games rather than addressing issues. And I'm here to say I have put myself forward in this. So strengthen my hands then